To take a moment to recognize several distinguished guests who are joining us this evening. We are honored to have Mayor Jose Grijalva, our guest of honor this evening, and our Douglas City Council. I'll begin with Mayor Pro Tem Ray Shelton, Councilmember Ward 1 Melissa Rodriguez, Councilmember Ward 2 Jose Montaño, Councilmember Ward 5 Maria Terry Dillman, and we have with us joining us today as well Mr. Tom Murphy, Sahuarita Mayor, we have joining us Jose Manuel Quijada de Madrid, Presidente de la Prieta, and Rita Vargas Torregrosa, Cónsul de México. And Alma Andrade, our City Clerk, Alejandro Martinez, our Finance Director, as well as our Deputy City Manager, Luis Pedrosa. I'd like to acknowledge our regional state representative, Adelita Grijalva's office. Isaiah Toyos, representing Senator Ruben Gallego's office. Stacy de la Vega, representing County Superintendent of Schools. Ana Samaniego, our DUSD Superintendent. Deborah Morales, Sahuarita. We also have, I think a few didn't join us, Alma Riboso, our Justice of the Peace and City Magistrate. Mr. Cesar Verduzco, Clever International. We are also proud to welcome our binational partners, including mayors and representatives joining us this evening as we continue strengthening cooperation across our shared region. Marcos Ornelas Quesada, Jefe de Policía. Jesús Carlos Batista La Madrid, Regidor. Vanessa Ochoa, Regidor. Nick Carelli Peña Figueroa, Regidor. Aaron Menchaca López, Regidor. Alejandra Guadalupe Queiros Castro, Regidora. Estela González Mendoza, Regidora. Manuel Molina Ley, Secretario. I would also like to recognize that we have with us today representation from our very new Boys and Girls Club, Dietrich Miles and Rose Rodriguez. We have Cochise County, Christine McLaughlin, our Cochise County. Thank you also to many community leaders, business partners, nonprofit organizations, consultants, contractors, and residents who support and engagement, make events like this possible. And finally, a special acknowledgement to all city employees present today. Thank you for the work you do as public servants for this fine community. As I conclude our acknowledgements and turn to the central purpose of tonight's gathering, let us reflect on the extraordinary progress our city has made and the leadership that has helped make it possible. With deep appreciation for his commitment to the people of Douglas and his focus on building a stronger, more. Now my honor to begin the introduction of our Mayor, Jose Grijalva. I will first read a message to Supervisor District 2, who was not able to join us here today. In just his first year of office, Mayor Jose Grijalva has set a new standard of leadership for the city of Douglas. His commitment to strengthening our local economy and advancing long overdue infrastructure projects has already made an impact on the quality of life for our residents. He is also the first mayor to bring the mayors of Sonora, Mexico to the table in unified support of a new commercial port of entry, a historic step that strengthens our binational partnerships and secures Douglas's future as a regional economic hub. I would have been honored to stand with him tonight to show my support for his leadership, but I am in Phoenix on county business. Through collaborative leadership, transparent governance, and a clear vision for our city's future, he has brought renewed energy and hope to our community. Tonight, we recognize and celebrate a year of hard work, dedication, and meaningful progress under his leadership. We appreciate the kind words sent from one of our biggest partners, Cochise County. Mayor Jose Grijalva has demonstrated a steadfast commitment to the people of Douglas, strengthening regional and binational partnerships, advancing key infrastructure projects, and championing the priorities outlined in Douglas Vision 20. His work with Sonoran mayors, federal and state partners, and our local community has positioned Douglas for growth and opportunity. And his engagement with residents reflects his dedication to being a mayor of the people. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor as city manager to introduce the mayor of the city of Douglas, Mayor Jose Grijalva.
Good evening, everyone. I know it's, we kind of thought it was going to be a little bit colder, so that's why people didn't come out, but as long as one of you would be here, I didn't want to have this at City Hall. Nobody likes to be at City Hall. We don't like to be at City Hall. So let's, you also, as long as we have it open and transparent where you all feel comfortable coming and hearing how we're advancing, that's great. And it doesn't hurt that we have popcorn, in case you all want to get up while I'm speaking. Pan dulce and hot chocolate, right? So make yourselves at home with that, because if not, then I take it home, and I can't close this code up as it is. But I want to thank you all. My first full year as mayor has been full of listening, learning, and laying the foundation for our future. I thought it was going to be a little bit more easier being a council member than moving up to mayor, but there's a lot of learning. But the great thing is I have a great staff here that helps me. I'm not their boss, they're my colleagues, and we work together. And they make it a lot easier to get things done. I've had the neighborhood visits and I chat with the mayor that I try to have twice a month. And I have it in a public place just so everybody could feel comfortable. Usually at a restaurant, order an appetizer. You eat, you feel comfortable talking about complaints or any suggestions. So it's gotten to where it's been around 20 at some point. I know other times it's been 1, but it's been worth it because I get to hear from you all. I've had the honor of your ideas, your concerns, and your hope continues to shape our direction. And one of the things I'm very thankful for, I'm not nervous, it's just emotional. As you all know, I have to walk everywhere. I can't drive. And that could have been negative for you all, but we've turned it into a positive. I live on 21st Street. I walk all the way down to downtown. I take different routes just to see you all, just to talk to you all, just so you could get comfortable to know who I am. And it hasn't been a negative, it's been a positive for our community. And it's very much been appreciative. I wouldn't be here standing today unless you all had the trust in me that I'd be able to do my job. And with your support, we've far exceeded, I think, the city's expectations of what we've been doing. Everything we talked about tonight, aligns with Douglas Vision 32, that we have come together as mayor and council with our staff to carry out what we believe is the vision to prosper our community. Our roadmap for growth has been revitalization and also the long-term prosperity. We're not here trying to make a career out of this. We're not trying to get a short term next year, but 2030, 2032 and beyond. So we could be in an excellent place once Douglas grows. It's not an if, it's a when. Infrastructure, community facilities, economic development, downtown revitalization, streets and mobility, all moving forward together. You know, one of the concerns has been with my chat with the mayor is you gotta focus on one thing. We can multitask, our staff can multitask. We know we have a lot of needs, we can't be waiting just for one thing. So we're taking a lot of projects head on at the same time. Let's talk about the significant upgrades in infrastructure. We have new well improvements to help our water quality and flow. The SCADA modernization, which is the meters that we have, they're an upgrade about what we used to have. Street and sidewalk repairs also. That's one of the complaints we've had. When are you going to fix up our streets? Well, we have good news for you. There are sidewalks too. Stormwater and utility enhancements. We installed 82,000 linear feet of water, sewer, and broadband conduit supporting the future of Douglas. Partnerships with ADOT and Cochise County advancing the Highway 80 connector road. As Kathleen Gomez said, it's been a partnership that, no offense to our predecessors both, this is the closest relationship we've had in years, if not ever. To the point, there's been rumors, and the council hasn't been told about this, there's been rumors that I've worked so well with Kathleen that there's people saying that we're dating. I think she could do better. So, but we have dinner every now and then just to discuss what's going on. This work lays the foundation for economic growth and are regional complacent with just fixing one or two things. We have to be competitive so people can have an incentive to move to Douglas. It's a small city next to Agua Prieta. Both communities are very secure, very safe. The hard part is getting people down here. Once they're here, they love it. But the challenge is getting them down here. If we become competitive, we will get them down here. The next talking point is something that we've been waiting for not 5, 10, 20, maybe 30, 40 years, is the new Douglas Commercial Land Port of Entry. One of the most transformative projects in our city's modern history. Federal investment supporting long-term economic expansion. That's why it was important not December, but I met in January, as far as building up the plans, was meeting with the Sonoran mayors. We invited not only Agua Prieta to the table, but we invited Cananea, Nacosari, Cumpas, Great Bacanora, by the way. We also invited Guaymas and Hermosillo, thinking long-term and thinking not only helping out Douglas, but if we think as far as we can, that also, so if Douglas grows, Agua Prieta grows. I always tell people, Douglas is an extension of Agua Prieta. It's the same people as we also are looking to help them out in whatever we can. We also have strong collaborations with partners at the federal, state, county, and regional levels. I don't think we can think of a time where we said we are good with the presidential administration, with the state, with our federal representation in Congress, with the county, and also all of Mexico. Do you notice I didn't say Republican and Democrat or independent? I mentioned the representatives. We are reaching out to everyone, working with everyone for the betterment of Douglas. Douglas does not have a political party. Douglas is not a political conversation. It's for the betterment of our constituents, to better our way of life, to grow and be competitive with other cities. We have a continued advocacy in Washington, D.C., in Mexico, and in Hermosillo. Douglas, Arizona is everywhere right now. And we should be proud that we're a part of the discussion. Before it used to be, where's Douglas? Now it's, when can I go back to Douglas? As you can see, we have Adelita Grijalva, we have Congressional Mark Kelly staff here. When we had our Native American Festival for a special event, Adelita made the first stop here in Douglas. When did you ever hear that Douglas was going to be a congressional representation's first stop after they get inaugurated? Took a while, right? But she got here, and she's always excited to be here. This project positions Douglas for new jobs, a stronger tax base, and by national opportunity. And if you're a resident of Douglas, tax base is very important. Once we grow, then our taxes could go down. That means we have more consumers here. We have more sales tax. We have more property tax being collected. That's our goal. Our goal is to grow constituents. Let's talk about economic development and downtown revitalization. We have stronger retail activity. Key additions like Ross Dress for Less. It's been full for the last, since they opened. And how important is Mexico? A lot of those license plates are from Mexico. Before, we didn't say it's Douglas, Arizona, and Agua Prieta as your consumer base. We used to just say Douglas. Guess what we can do now? Instead of saying 15,000, we hired a consultant firm that says, with Agua Prieta, you could say it's 70,000. That's around Sierra Vista territory that we can bring a lot of, no offense to Sierra Vista, I know we have some Sierra Vistians here, but now we can compete. And the thought process, at least personally, is if we take a little bit from Sierra Vista, then Sierra Vista can take a little bit from Tucson, and then Tucson can take a little bit from Maricopa County, because right now it's Maricopa, Arizona, really, where the attention's at. We're trying to bring attention not only to Douglas, but also all of Cochise County in southeastern Arizona. The downtown streetscape improvements are underway. We have positive engagement with national retailers and development groups. One of the things that staff has gotten used to is the mayor wanting to be a part of the conversations. I'm nosy like that. I like to know what's going on. That staff can, and it's been a process, because before the mayor was sort of the final boss in a video game, right? Everything, we're gonna get everything together, and then we're gonna see if the mayor approves, and then we can take it to council. I wanna be a part of those discussions, because I already have a feel, without breaking open meeting laws, because I know my council, of what their likes, their dislikes, of what they're strong for, what they're advocates for, where I can take it to them comfortably and say, being a part of those conversations has cut time in waiting to reach out to retailers, to reach out to companies, to reach out to what we need in Douglas. And I want to thank them, because they play a pivotal role also in their wards to know what you all need. We're also growing tourism and special events. We have Douglas Days. We have Energized Douglas concerts. We're going to have boxing and wrestling. So just to talk about Douglas Days, that's what we celebrate our birth, right? Douglas, we celebrate the anniversary of Douglas. Energized Douglas, we try to have those downtown, so the downtown merchants can have some customer base, some foot traffic, so people from out of town can also see what we have to offer here in our specialty shops downtown. We have concerts. We have Luis Coronel, who came, loved Douglas. Hopefully he can come back and have another concert. We're looking to have boxing, WBC boxing. Right now we don't have any boxers where we can say we're showcasing our talent. We have Cesar Verduzco from Clever, who I've known for a long time, and he kept telling me, hey, when can we do this? When can we do this? You have a little bit more pull, right, when you're mayor. So I said, we need to do this. to the point where we're going to be hosting, hopefully, once we announce it, we're going to be the hosting city to USA versus Mexico. We're going to be inviting Hermosillo, Nogales, Sonora, and also our friends in Agua Prieta. They have a lot of boxers. One of their boxers was actually fighting in Amazon Prime, right? A few days ago, Roberto Valenzuela. They have a lot of boxers that we're going to be hosting Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas. So if you have a shop here, if you have a restaurant here, if you have lodging here, get ready to get booked. And they told us they're expecting more than half of our population. Guess what that's going to do? Now we can go to hotels and say, hey, we're going to have this event hopefully more than once a year. Now we need that lodging. You need to come here. How can we accommodate you? It's because of these special events that we're bringing attention to Douglas. We want to get away from the ages of billboards. These special events can market themselves. We don't have to do a lot of marketing because guess what? Those gyms in Texas, those gyms in New Mexico, those gyms in northern Arizona, those gyms in Nogales, Hermosillo, and Agua Prieta will be marketing Douglas, Arizona for them to come here and watch their children because it's going to be amateur. And you know who's going to come? The parents, the siblings, the nanas and tatas, the tios and tias. So we're all going to look to have a good time to showcase our community. And the one other for our community is a few people to my right that are associated with Thunder Mountain Wrestling. They had an event in Bisbee with my friend George Trevino, who's back there somewhere. He's kind of shy. He don't want to be close by. And I met with Stud Bronson, and I told him it's his birthday. That's right. I have you on Facebook. How can I completely forget? Stud Bronson, the Manimal in the back, Will Kennedy, who has the championship belt. We could boo him for now because he hasn't been very nice to the rest of the wrestlers. You are welcome anytime in Douglas. They came to Douglas and they said, hey, can you sponsor us? And one of the conditions was help us market. They try to find WWE, WCW, AAA legends to come here. We had Vampiro come down here, Savio Vega come down here, and that gym was full. And they had to come to see them, and they had to come see Thunder Mountain Wrestling in Douglas. Am I okay to announce what's coming next month? Okay. So we're having former WWE wrestlers Heath Slater and Rhino, but they're big. But we're also having a tourist attraction for if you've all seen the movie Nacho Libre, you know it's based on a true story about a priest who put on a wrestling mask to make money to feed orphans in Mexico. The original priest is coming down here for the event, and he's also bringing his son who wrestles under his mask. Who are we going to invite? Our neighbors from down south Sonora, because that's something they love to see. That's something we love to have here. Who else can say they're going to have that? Not Tucson, not Phoenix. If they want to come and see this attraction, they got to come to Douglas, Arizona. So it's very important. We're very thankful for them. And not only thankful for that, but they also work and associate with a company called Synergy Home Care. And because Douglas has treated them so well, they told Synergy, why don't you expand to Douglas? And guess what they're doing? They're expanding to Douglas. So this partnership not only helped bring attention to tourism and marketing, it also helped bring jobs down to Douglas. And we have the representatives here. Stand up so they can see you. So when you're around town, they know where to ask for a job and who to thank for taking care of their loved ones. So they're a huge part of our community now. We're taking away from Cerro Vista a bit. So I'm very happy. We're sharing. Hopefully we're sharing 51 of 40. It's these types of things where we think outside the box that has helped our community grow. And it wouldn't have been possible without all these partnerships. From everybody up here in this table, including Sahuarita, I'm very thankful for Mayor Murphy to come down here. I have a lot of my friends, and I'm going to show them this video, that live in Sahuarita. They couldn't even come down to their friends, but the mayor came down. So I'm holding that forever against them, and I'm very thankful for your presence. This has helped build visibility and vibrancy in our city. Just to give you an example, the council mentioned it before. And when I want to thank everybody that was involved in the parade also. We had our Christmas tree lighting parade. And Mr. Shelton, I was riding in the Tahoe with him, he said, this feels like 4th of July. All these people, rows of people, usually it's one row and it's around 5 people a block because it's so cold. But we thought differently. We decorated City Hall. We put the Christmas tree up there because we didn't have room here. And we also have the synthetic ice to ice skate. And hopefully we can keep adding on and adding on and adding on to it. So one day we can have enough to close down a whole street and invite the food trucks and make it a party out there so everybody can have a good time, including council. I think Mrs. Dillman, she's everywhere. I think she might ice skate too. Also, let's talk about community investments. It was mentioned before, Boys and Girls Club is set to begin operations in January 2026. Next month. Jay Hamright couldn't be here, but if you want to talk about the mayor being hands-on, this is where me and him were discussing, how can we make this happen? And he said, we can go down for sure. Just give us a year to fundraise to get that seed money, and then we'll work it out. And I'm very impatient, by the way, because once I have a project, I want to finish that project to get to another project that we have to have done. We actually put up the seed money of $200,000, and also the old ACT building, we're dedicating a space specifically for them so they could begin as soon as possible, so all your kids can have somewhere safe to go, some tutoring, 3D printing, whatever they might need. And we also want to thank Cox Cable / Internet Cox Services, because they're setting up a donation in a innovation center inside the ACT building with everything that they need. And they asked me, what do you need? I said, you know, we're the city, we have some money, right? Whatever we need for the community center, we can buy at some point. Talk to the Boys and Girls Club and see what they need, so they don't have any needs, so we can get everything moving off the ground. And we're very thankful. I know we have Dedrick here and the representatives here, but it's mostly I want to thank Jay Hamright, because Jay Hamright has had the patience with me, because he'll tell me, you know, we can do this, and I kind of want an answer like this. Let's get it done, and he's had the patience with me, and I want to thank him very much, not only for that, but for his friendship. We have also early design phases for our new community center using the former call center building. We're looking to be innovative. We're looking to have something for everyone. Yes, now we're talking Boys and Girls Club, but what about a community center? What about for people who are not, you know, who can't go to the Boys and Girls Club, mostly our seniors? We want to have something for our seniors. Having taken care of my grandmother for 14 years, I remember she would say, Mijito, lo que no quiero estar es en la casa sola. I don't want to be in the house by myself, because then you watch the news and it's depressing. Or if you don't have the news, you have a lot of thoughts going around in your head. And it shouldn't be there. Youth or for our seniors and everyone in between to have somewhere to go. And I don't know if you heard, but thank you to Darita Villalobos and our staff. We got a grant for a community kitchen. So not only can we help entrepreneurs, you know, because a lot of people need to make a living. They don't have a commercial kitchen. Now they can use our kitchen. We can come to an agreement later on the terms and conditions, but they can have somewhere to cook their goods, pack them up, and then sell them with no problem from the county. No offense to Kathleen, but sometimes they're as much of a pain as the city sometimes with rules and regulations, those pesky things. But we're gonna have somewhere for them to go, the entrepreneurs, and not only that, but we also talked about what if we have somewhere for the community to go and have a meal together. And I've already volunteered myself to the community kitchen at the Presbyterian Church right across the street, but I'll dedicate my time to this community kitchen too. And maybe all of us here can meet with the community, cook a dish that we loved growing up, all sit at the same table and get to know each other. Doesn't matter how old we are, how mature we are. It's just getting to know each other. That's the biggest incentive that we always sell to people from outside. We all know each other. We all care for each other. We all take care of each other. When there's someone who's in need, guess what? You see stuff on Facebook that says, we're going to have a carne asada or a bake sale because we all know each other. Let's use this community kitchen and community center to further that innovation, that incentive of bringing more people down here. We also have recreational programs expanding. We talked about the ice skating. I want to hear from all of you, especially our youth. We're looking to expand recreational services. What do you want to see? I'm sure you all don't want to play loteria and bingo, maybe chess because it's competitive and I'm competitive. But we need to have your input and we will cater to all your interests and so we can bring the community together. We're also reinforcing our identity as a family-friendly community. We know we're family-friendly. We know we're safe. The misconception, the perception that you hear on the news is that we're a border community and we're full of thugs, we're full of gangs, and there has to be a killing because you're right at the border with Mexico. When people come down here, they realize we're safer than Chicago, we're safer than LA, we're safer than San Antonio, we're safer than Phoenix and Tucson. When do you hear about bad stuff happening here? And when one bad thing happens here, it's exaggerated. But how many bad things happen in other cities? We are a safe community and we take care of each other. We're looking to promote not only the city, but in essence, we're promoting all of you here. And we want to thank you for your love and your commitment to our community and each other. Give yourselves a round of applause. Come on. You gave me a round of applause. Clap for yourselves. You all earned it. We're all also, let's discuss public safety. Douglas remains one of the safest border communities. No offense to Nogales, no offense to San Luis, no offense to anybody in Texas and California. We are one of the, if not the safest community. Why? Because you don't hear about us in the news. It's just the perception. You don't hear about Douglas being in the news a lot of the time because we don't have drama going on. We don't have murders going on. We don't have all the evil things going on in the world. This is a safe place to be. And that's most in part to our PD, our police department that keeps us safe, that keeps us, confident that we can walk the streets at 10, 12 a.m. at night and not think that anything bad's going to happen to us. And I think it's important to stress that when you see the news and you see police departments from all over the country and there's something going on with them, we should be appreciative that we don't see that here. So if you're around and you see a police officer, you thank them for keeping us safe and you thank them for their service because we wouldn't be here in the position we're in as a community if it was not for them. Don't worry about shutting me up. You can clap anytime you want. Clap the whole time so I don't have to talk. It's okay. We also want to thank our fire department. They achieved an improved ISO rating. They get around where they need to, sometimes ahead of time, but on time. Never, or mostly never late. And that's the commitment from our fire department. And their ISO rating actually, it has an impact on your taxes. So as us being one of the safest communities, they also keep our community also in a good position when it comes to taxation and property taxes. So we're very thankful for them. We also, police and fire have responded to over 38,470 calls for service this year. And that's not only in Douglas, they expand all around. We're also first responders when need be in the county areas, Bay Acres and Purteville. That's why they, even though a lot of them are not Douglas, Arizona, they see our services, they know our services firsthand, and we want to tell them that we're very appreciative for their support for our first responders. We have a continued focus on readiness, technology, and community-centered policing. I always tell the chiefs, if there's anything I could do for you, you let me know, you let us know. because we cannot govern to an effective level if it's not for our first responders being one of our first priorities. They keep us safe and they help us out whenever they can. So we're very appreciative of them. Now let's talk about some of these people out here. I think you know who they are, right? They're very important in everything that we've done. One of the most productive legislative years in recent history. That means we go up there and we vote on a lot of things that pertain to you all. And there's also, I want to give them a special shout out because I'm going to mention resolutions. Before, council meetings used to be really, really, really long and boring. To the point where sometimes I used to slouch over the dais because my back would hurt. Thanks to this council, unless it's something that's an ordinance or something that's controversial in the sense of raising taxes or something that has to impact your everyday lives in a huge way. Thanks to their support now, I'm able to do a consent agenda with around 10, 15 things, and then we can get out of there, as quick as we can. We don't need our staff to stay there for 3 hours just so we can thank them for writing up grants. Now they can just see all the vote and then go home. So they've actually expedited the process, and that's why we've been able to do everything that we've been able to do in a quick way, with 79 resolutions and 14 proclamations. We've also had annexations, intergovernmental agreements, contract approvals, and financial oversight. I can confidently say thank you to this council and some of the members that were here when I first started, that we are the most, in my opinion, I'm sure they may agree, we are the most transparent administration in a long, long time. This is your money. This is your community. You should know how we're spending your money and what this administration is doing. So I want to thank council for that. Give them a round of applause. They're politicians. They love this stuff. I also want to welcome Councilmember Terry Dillman in Ward 5. She just started out. She's everywhere. She gets me tired. If you don't know who she is, if you went to the Presbyterian Church open house, there was some Grinches dancing with Folklorico. She was dancing with the Grinches. They wanted me to dance, and my feet hurt. I was walking. I went to the gym. She got up there and she started dancing. So she showed me a few moves on the dance floor. So thank you for that. The council and city staff's teamwork have been essential to our momentum. We're all on the same page. We may not agree on everything, but we agree on the bigger picture, and we know that we should not and we do not have egos on that dais. We want to do what's best for you all and our community. Let's talk about the numbers. As far as what our community has contributed. 12,000 aquatic center patrons. 12,000. That's more than half of our population that uses our aquatic center facility. 4,168 library, 181,000 library visitors. By the way, I'll say this confidently and maybe egotistically, but under this administration, we have the best library staff that I have ever seen. They get customer service awards, and when we talk about having something for the community on customer service, I tell staff, why do we need to contract out? Just get the library. They do a great job as it is already. And I think we're very appreciative, and the library also, whatever we can do to help make your experience for our patrons easier and for yourselves, just let us know. We're here to serve you also. 54,250 transit rides. We have partnerships with other cities. We have partnerships with the county. We have partnerships, by the way, I don't think he should not be forgotten. He's a huge part of this too. Not only of the transit because it goes to Cochise College, but also in our community, has every Friday Cochise in the community. A.V. Adriel, who's the dean of Cochise. Where is he? Somebody, I know he's not there. He is. He don't want to get up, just in his hand. That's fine. He was high-fiving everybody. He's a huge part of our community, and so is Cochise College. and the partnership there is something that we couldn't ask for a better partnership, not only with Abe, but also the president from Cochise. Also, 68 commercial permits have been approved. 552 residential permits. And one of the things that staff has put up with me is when somebody has a problem, they come to me, we figure it out. Somebody has a problem with the permit, whether it's residential or commercial, they come to council also. So learn, so then we can have an answer right away when these problems. So in your situations, you help us grow. So keep us in mind when you're building either something new at your home or when you're hopefully bringing a new business and creating jobs. And hopefully we're making that easier for you all. $11,095,552 in sales tax revenue. That's a lot. Thank you. And you mentioned Ross before, so we also, let's clap for Mexico too. Let's clap for Agua Prieta, because if it's not for their partnership and coming here, we would not be in this situation. And we want to thank Ross because now they don't have to go all the way to Cerro Vista, and hopefully we can get some other things here so we can keep them here and then help our colleague or our counterparts in Cerro Vista to build with new ideas out there. But we're very thankful for Agua Prieta. We would not be in our economic situation if it was not for them. 133,100 in bed tax revenue. We're talking about special events. We're talking about people needing to come here and they need to stay here. So we want to thank, there's Best Western, there's Motel 6, there's the Gadsden Hotel. Do you want to know, and I'm going to give them another shout out, when they bring wrestlers from out of town, guess where they tell them to stay? At the Gadsden Hotel. And a haunted hotel. And I think they're kidding, but you can ask us if a ghost girl wants to play. They're not there to cause harm. Sorry. There's 21 new business licenses. That's something, if it wasn't for council, if it wasn't for staff, we wouldn't have that if we were not all on the same vision. They gave me this number. We're going to look at it as a positive. 97 funerals and 119 plots sold. That means that I don't know how to spin it, positively, but if people are, the services are great. Thank you. They want to be here in Douglas, and and I also had people tell me I want to go live in Douglas and die in Douglas because it's such a nice city. And I want to thank our cemetery staff. They keep the cemetery well, they keep it neat, they keep it clean. They have that new wall for security, and hopefully we can get a southern wall, so the Border Patrol there doesn't stress too much. But we're beautifying our cemetery, and it's a huge amenity because of our staff and because of their hard work there. We also have 1,557 utility marking requests. That means people are getting those services here. And I'd like to proudly say that if you live in Douglas, we have not only the best quality water, did I say best quality wastewater? Well, we have a high quality wastewater, we recycle our water, and also our sanitation. In other cities, you might pay more than $100 for that. Here, all three of them are around $70 or so. So that's a huge amenity, and we want to thank everybody that's moving here and building, and also for the people that are not from Douglas that live in the county side that want our services. They want our services for a reason, because we offer one of the best services and have some of the best staff. And 549, you guys are eating a lot here, so thank you for that. Behind every number is a service delivered and a story of a community moving forward. We're growing, and it's because of you all, your commitment to help Douglas grow. Let's also talk about regional and binational leadership. We hosted 9 Sonoran mayors for a historic collaboration. I remember when I first brought this up, I said, go all the way to Guaymas. Make sure Nogales doesn't see this. Because Guaymas has a seaport. We're going to have the most modern land commercial port of entry in the nation with climate control in there. Sensitive that it can't wait out in the heat, in 100-degree heat for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. This state of goods fresh, ready to be on their way. We're going to be to the talk of not only the United States, but also from Canada and Mexico. If Nogales, Mr. Maldonado, if you're hearing, if you want to be the gateway to Arizona, Douglas is going to be the gateway to the United States of America. We're thinking big, and we're not going to stop thinking big. He's one of my good friends, so he gets to pick on me, I get to pick on him. He's taller than me, so he picks on me more than I pick on him. We also have joint efforts around for tourism, economic development, and the ports of entry. All these events that we have, and I make it a mission when I repost things that our staff repost. It's not only for Douglas. Let's also go to the Agua Prieta Facebook posts. Let's also have market them around the state of Arizona. And also, that's also what we ask of Agua Prieta. When they have events, cuando Agua Prieta tiene eventos, let us know. Déjenos saber so we can market it all around too. Because if we market their events all around the state, all around the nation, we're going to tell them, stay in Douglas, also go visit Agua Prieta. It's win-win. Win-win-win, because I look good, right? Just kidding. But it's win-win for both cities. We will always think about Agua Prieta because Agua Prieta always thinks about us also. We strengthen ties across the region, a united front for border prosperity. We are looking at the bigger picture. If we can pair up with these different Sonoran mayors, if we can pair up with Pumpas and Cananea, about commerce, we can bring their products here and sell them here in Douglas. If you can't find them anywhere else, people have to come and buy them in Douglas. We are looking to be proactive. And with all due respect to both presidents from both sides, I've told my counterparts in either Mexico or in Arizona, sometimes we're lost in the shuffle. Washington forgets about Douglas. Mexico City forgets about Agua Prieta. We need to take care of ourselves. And in taking care of ourselves, we could be the example for everybody else. Then Mexico City could say, Agua Prieta está haciendo eso. Agua Prieta is doing this. Let's more put attention and money into that. And if Washington is paying attention to us, then a lot of that money can go over here for infrastructure, for fixing our streets, for bringing businesses down here. I have, even though he may never come, I have invited the President of the United States here just so he can know where Douglas is. Just so he could know that we're a safe community. And just so he could know, and Congress can know, and Governor Hobbs can know, and Senator Mark Kelly can know, Senator Ruben Gallego can know, Representative Adelita Grijalva can know, our county representatives, so they can know we want to make business, be business friendly. We want to partner up with you all. Douglas is not a political conversation. I'm going to keep repeating that. Everything that we do, it's the best for you all. It's not for Washington. It's not for Mexico City. It's for Agua Prieta, Douglas, and everybody that wants to Pumpas, Guaymas, Hermosillo. We're all looking to work with you. We're all looking to bring prosperity to Douglas and to you all. Let's work together. And let's just pretend sometimes that there's not a border here. We're all working together. And if we can't meet each other, we Zoom. But I'd like an invitation to everywhere in Mexico where you have meetings, FYI. And we'll invite you to Douglas too. Let's also talk about looking ahead to 2026. This State of the City is not just about talking about what we've done in less than a year which is more than we've done in probably 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, a decade, 2 decades. Let's talk about the future. So at the same time, we can tell you what we're working on, and then you can hold us accountable for getting that done. We continue our port of entry infrastructure and regional coordination. Our staff has what seems to be every day, but I think they're every 2 weeks, technical meetings. They invite me, but it's the boring stuff, it's the numbers. I just want to know, is it getting done? Is it not getting done? Do you need me to talk to anybody? I'm not a numbers guy. I am a numbers guy, but I don't want to hear the whole thing. We have regional coordination with ADOT, with the county, with our federal representation in Congress. They've helped us throughout. Everybody has had a contribution to everything that we're doing. We're looking to implement downtown streetscape improvements. We're also looking to advance the community center project. Tell us what you want to see in the community center. It's not about me, it's not about us, it's not about staff. We're not going to go there and use the community center. That is not all the time. Maybe if you all invite me. But all want. So then we don't say, well, nobody wants to go. A lot of the times when nobody goes to events or nobody goes to, community centers, it's because they don't have things that the community wants. It's not that they don't want a community center, that they don't want programs. We need to know what you would like to see in all these advancements with our community center. We want to expand youth, recreation, and special event programming. The boxing is one. Everybody loves boxing. And if not, it's a stress reliever. You get to see 2 people beat themselves up. I even gotten told, why don't you have something with the mayors? And I was, y'all want to see me get beat up, is what I told them. But we want to expand all of these special events. We are also talking, and I hope it's not too early, we're also looking to have more concerts here. We just talked to Los Abson. We're looking to bring them down here so they can play. They're in Agua Prieta, they're also part of our culture. Let's have them here. Also with the beer garden, in case any of you all drink, and that's usually a better time, right? But we're looking to have something for everyone to do. But it's also putting an emphasis on our youth. Coaching basketball for so many years. When we used to have a league that it was open to the city, to all residents. I used to coach kids that never played basketball. They told me, I'm just here because I don't want to be home. I don't want to be on the computer all day. I don't want to be playing games all day. I want to interact with other people. We need to have somewhere for them to go. Because a lot of the times we complain that they're out in the streets and they're doing things that they're not supposed to do. A lot of the time, and some of the blame, that should fall on us. Because we should have somewhere for them to go, somewhere for them to get entertained, to spend all their energy, so once they go home, they can sleep tight, go to school the next day, and repeat. So we're looking for somewhere for everyone to go, especially our teens and our youth. Our future is bright. We used to say momentum a lot. This is the first time I can confidently say we have momentum that's strong and ongoing. We're proud of the progress we've made and excited for what's ahead. We want to thank our residents. I want to thank City Council. I want to thank staff. I want to thank partners and our regional allies. You know what? I'm not going to consider Mexico a regional ally. Being from a Hispanic household, everybody was your tía. Todos eran tus tíos y tus tías. No somos amigos, somos tíos y tías on the other side of the border. Tíos and tías in Guaymas and Cananea and all around there. We're all family. We're all going to work together. We're all going to look out for each other. Together, we can keep Douglas in motion, and together, the most important part and the whole reason why we've advanced as quickly as we have is because we are all Douglas. I want to thank you all. I'm not going to keep time. That popcorn smells too good. I want to thank you all for your presence, for your support, for your friendship, for your partnership. I'm hoping that next year we have a long State of the Union again. so we can talk about the things that we have accomplished. And the only way that we've accomplished it is everyone having a seat at the table. Our table is big enough to add seats. If you know of any businesses, if you know of anybody that wants to come to Douglas, let us know. If you promote Douglas, go out of town. Mr. Shelton goes everywhere and he says he's from Douglas, and people also tell him that they're from Douglas. Thank you for promoting Douglas. And hopefully by next year, we have a bigger crowd, we have a lot more momentum, we have a lot more partnerships, and we have a lot more to be thankful for. Thank you to all here. Thank you for those who are looking at the live stream from the different pages. Most of all, we couldn't have done it without God. Thank you for everything that you've helped out with. Have a good night.
Please join the chocolate popcorn bundles in. Thank you again.